Welcome back to Skies of Arcadia. Today we need to go on a lava walk, apparently. Frightening place to be, but we're here. Alright, so let's just keep going through. There will be another moonfish that we can get in this area, which obviously we're going to want to do. We also get new sets of enemies here. We've got these salamanders now. Alpha Storm, not gonna do a whole heck of a lot to him, but might as well give it a shot. I think I just accidentally set her to attack a salamander instead, but that's okay. I was trying to have her attack the looper because she has really high hit. Yep, I accidentally targeted a salamander, but that's fine. Took her out. Or took him out, I suppose I should say. So you attack the Lupulon, you will be able to finish off the salamanders as long as I actually have you target them. There we go. And you finish off the Lupulon. There we go. Oh, okay. He defended, so that's why he didn't get taken out. Okay, cool. You are just going to fail. That's fine. Didn't quite get him. But can you get him? No. Alright. Fine. Well, I'll just have everyone attack the salamander instead, and anyone who's left over can attack the Lupulon. How about that? And then on my next turn, if he's still here somehow, I will... Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, if he's still here on the next turn, then I'll just Cutlass Fury him. There we go. Ika's gonna go up a rank. Yes, finally. Got Ryzen. So that is your base restoration, or your base resurrection magic, I should say. It's been a bit since we've gone through the magic. I'm actually going to switch to Ika for this because she has more. So we have Sakri, we have Sakrez, which is placed second, but is actually the third thing you learn. Sakrez restores 1,000 to a single ally. Noxie can damages and can poison enemies. We've got Pyre and Increm. Pyre hits all enemies with fire. Increm increases attack and defense for a single target by 25%. Crystalli and Crystallas, which are just strong single target ice magic. Wevley hits a grouping, so it targets a single enemy and can also hit enemies around it. Quicka increases your speed for everyone in your party, which makes it easier to run away. I don't think I've ever actually tried to run away from a battle in this game. Electri is a linear attack. Drillin will lower all attributes of a target by 25%, which is pretty sweet. Curia cures adverse effects, and Ryzen 50-50 shot of resurrection, and if it works, it'll revive you with 50% of your HP. So, there we go. Vice can get switched over. Actually, I'm going to pause real quick here. Alright, sorry about that. Alyssa's in the kitchen making dinner. Just didn't want it coming over the mic. Which I don't know if it was or not, but I didn't want it to be, so... Alright, so we'll switch you back to silver. And... I don't know. Switch you to purple? Purple seems like it's going to be useful here. Alright, so we just need to head down. That made it look like there's a path I could go up above, but I don't... Okay, yeah, it loops back around for it. There is a treasure chest here, which we know this drill is going to spawn more Oh, no, I apparently didn't trigger the treasure chest, because these are not magma tikis. Alright, well, honestly, I don't even think that, I don't think Lambda Burst is really even worth it against these guys, frankly. So I'll just smack them instead.
Here goes.
Yeah, purple is very effective on these guys. Purple is strong against red. Who would have guessed? This guy also walks very, very slowly. Couldn't have just attacked me from a range. Just wanted to get booped. Alright, well, that's fine. You can get booped. Yeah, silver is just all around kind of good. It doesn't have anything that it's strong against, but there's nothing that really resists it either. Everything else has strengths and weaknesses to it. So if you don't want to play the dice roll, or if you don't want to try and figure out who's strong against what, you can just switch to silver, and it'll just kind of go based off of your attack stat. But we have more Magma Tikis, and we know how that works, so I'll just see you guys in a sec. Alright, took another one down, get Aiko to level up, get her a little bit more stats going there. Another Pyre Box, okay. And we get Magic Droplets. Alright, that's pretty sweet, won't argue against that. Now somewhere around here... Oh, no, I'm thinking of a different place. Yeah, the Moonfish isn't going to be on this walkway. It's a little bit further in. I don't know why I was thinking it was here. This is just a weird scenic part of the area. Okay, it might be worth it to go ahead and Alpha Storm these guys. It's not going to be enough to take him out, but it can do some good damage to him. Then Vice can take you out. Hopefully Fina can take another one out. There we go. These guys are going to attack. But honestly, it's not that bad. Cool, I'm just going to counter them. Yeah, Vice is taking a little bit of a beating, but nothing too rough. He also has the most HP out of everyone in the party, so he can take a bit more of a beating. He has the most HP and the most defense out of everyone in the party currently. So him taking a beating is nowhere near as bad as anyone else taking it. Fina's actually been catching up pretty quick in levels too, which is good, because she needs to. She's almost up another level in fire magic, or red magic, I suppose I should say. Alright. Here we go. Okay, so then we have this little area here. There's a sort of switch on top of this pedestal. And if we push it, it lets in a bunch of water. Where this water is coming from, who knows? But it lets it in, and then drains away. Hopefully going back to the same water basin it came from. Because water is a precious, precious commodity in this area, I'm sure. We can't really do much with the water yet, so instead, we will head over this way. There's a treasure chest if we go to the far end, which we're going to want to get. We've got more of these dudes, so let's just hit you. We know the drill for these guys at this point. Do a little bit of damage. Fina should be able to finish one of them off, and Vice can finish off these little remainder dude. Go. Now what I could have done there if I wanted to was use a healing salve on Vice, or at that point probably better to just use a healing crystal on him, a Zachary crystal, just to get a little bit of HP, but it's not that big a deal.
That was fun.
Alright. There we go, get you up a rank in red. Gets you Increm, which is probably going to be the most useful thing I'm getting out of red magic in this area. So you are going to stay on silver. You can stay on purple. You... I guess I'll switch you to green. Yeah, That'll work. Okay, cool. So that'll do. If I go down that way, it'll lead me to what I need to do. But if I go over here, there is another treasure. Now, before I hit this treasure, I am going to heal up a little bit. Just because this treasure there is one treasure in every dungeon that will trigger this encounter. And this encounter can be kind of tough. Especially since I only have 3 party members to work with. Now, these guys are actually kind of important. The Zivelin Bane. In order to get the... I believe it is the second to last? It's either the last or second to last of the bounties. It is required that you have beaten all of the Zivelin Bane. I'm actually going to go ahead and use a Crystallis box on this guy. Because he can do a lot. I was really hoping you wouldn't group up like that, but okay.
Let's try this.
This should do some good damage. There we go, yeah. Alright, that's not too bad. It's actually kind of fine. You know what? If I Cutlass Fury, attack, and use that Crystallis box again, I think I should be able to take him out. Yeah, as a kid, I never wanted to use items in battle. I wanted to use my moves instead because, you know, use an item and it's gone. But fighting that guy using the Crystallis box, which does 1/3 of his HP and damage, it's way, way easier than having a long, drawn-out battle with him. Because he can do a lot of damage. He also gives you a lot of gold, as you can see up there. And he'll give me an Isol Seed, which is pretty sweet. And from here, we get the Rune of Ill Omen 1. And I think that 1 just means that there was 1 of them. So we got the Rune of Ill Omen. Now, the treasures that you get from chests that spawn Zivelin Bane will not really do much of anything for you. They are just treasures to sell. I usually hang on to them just because I can. You know what? No, before I roll this... Okay, I see what I need to do here. So this one can go ahead and go into this hole. Doing that will cause this red thing to come up, and it will also cause these other platforms to go switch which ones are up and which ones are down. Now, in order to roll this one over, I need to roll that one there, and I need this to be up in order to roll this one over. So to do that, we'll then hit this one. Also, you can hear a moonfish in the background. Don't worry, we'll be getting that guy. Just gonna solve this puzzle first, because I don't think we can actually get the moon... Yeah, we can't actually even get the moonfish from over here, so not gonna worry about him yet. Then if we roll this guy, it'll cause the middle platform to go back down, which allows us to roll this guy into it. There we go. That will cause the lava levels to raise, which is scary. And now we have increased the lava levels in the area. Yay! Just what we want. But that now means that if we go back and push that water button, now it has something to actually interact with. Because now this entire area is covered in lava, which also creates a path. Well, this entire area is covered in lava. Let's just leave it at that. Hi, loopers. This isn't even worth worrying about. Like, this is a fight where there's nothing I can do to actually target them all down. Like, this is one that if you have Vice's 3rd move, you want to use it, because while it says it rains down lightning, it actually does neutral damage to all opponents, as opposed to like Aika's move, which does fire-based damage to all opponents. So it would actually be able to take out all of these guys. But that requires 14 SP to use, and frankly they're probably either gonna all run away or die before I could do that. So either way, like, this is just kind of a worthless encounter. Oh cool, I actually killed one. Well, I guess Vice can go ahead and cut this this last one down. Have you guys go ahead and attack. Okay, cool. So we'll just finish them off. Alright, I got 2. And I didn't take any damage, so
That was fun.
I guess overall that's a bonus. That was just a weird encounter. Get a lot of gold. Can't argue against gold. Alright, so we'll turn you on. Steam the place up a bit. Just turn this place into a sauna. And that means we can now, once we find it, grab this moonfish. There we go. So now we got both of the moonfish and both of the jam in this area as we walk over barely solidified lava. Ugh. We've been in this dungeon for a hot minute. No pun intended. Who am I kidding? Every pun intended. But let's finish this place off, because I think this is the last room, really. Yeah, this is the last room in the dungeon. Make any step in any direction, and this guy will come to you. We got the boss. Alright, now I remember that this guy can be pretty tough. He does also like to cast stone on you, which is always fun. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and use those Crystallis boxes. That's why I purchased them, because they're going to be very effective here. Now, thing to note, even though the Crystallis boxes are reusable, you can't have someone use the same box over and over. So if you want to use multiple instances of a box, you have to have multiple sets of them, which is why I have 3 Crystallis boxes. So that if I really wanted to, I could have all 3 of these guys using it. Which, honestly, would not be the worst idea. But let's see what kind of damage Vice does. About half.
Let's try this.
Actually, a little under half of what using a Crystallis box would do. Now, the thing to note with the Crystallis boxes are they are not infinite. Okay, there's Cinderstorm, which can cause stone. Luckily, she is equipped with an item that prevents stone. Now, the other reason why I am just using the Crystallis boxes instead of using magic or special moves is I am saving up for regen. Important thing to know is if you get stoned, then regen goes away. In fact, I'm pretty sure if you have stone enacted on you, then all buffs and debuffs go away. Oh, yep, there we go. So that was one of the boxes breaking. You could see how, like, there's the sort of shatter effect that went along it. That was indicating that one of the boxes broke. Probably the one that I got and used heavily in Valor. Okay, well, Vice, go ahead and attack this guy. Aika will use a Sacris Crystal on Fina. And Fina, go ahead and use the Lunar Blessing. So that'll get me some regen going. Yeah, this guy can do some pretty hefty damage to you if he really wants to. He's been, honestly, pretty nice to me thus far, but he can get pretty nasty. There we go. And now that I have that regen on me, things should be going a lot better. Or he'll use this move twice in a row, Okay. Okay. That's quite a bit meaner, game. Don't think I appreciated that. Alright, well, fine. I will use a Sacris Crystal. And use a Sacris Crystal. And... use the Crystallis box. Because I actually need to do damage to this guy. Now I could use Sacris the magic instead of using Sacris crystals, but that also uses up SP, which really I suppose in this case isn't that big of a deal, since I got my big SP usage right there. But I'd honestly kind of rather save up my SP to, since I only have 3 people and I only get 4 SP per turn as is, SP is a much hotter commodity to me than my money or my items. Alright, well I think I should be able to take this guy out with Cutlass Fury, a use of the Crystallis box, and one more use of the Crystallis box. I think this should finish him off. Cinder Storm. I think Vice is the only person who isn't immune to stone, but it didn't work. Cool. So, we'll smack him with some ice. Yeah, if you do not have these Crystallis boxes, I heavily encourage you to use the magic form of Crystallis, because it does a lot of damage to this guy. It's probably going to be far more effective to use the 2 SP and your NP to use Crystallis than to save up your SP to do big hits, like Cutlass Fury. Because, like, 2 SP to use Crystallis would have done the same amount of damage as Cutlass Fury for 7 SP. Might as well just use all 4 of your SP per every turn to use 2 Crystallis and then have Vice slash the guy. But, again, I do also think that it is a much better idea to buy the boxes and... Oh, cool, got a Ryzeland box. That's very, very good. Because that is the only form of resurrection that we currently have. But yeah, I would encourage using item spam there. But otherwise, if you don't have the items to spam, use Crystallis and pray. Because that guy can be real mean. Alright. And here we have the Moon Crystal. So this is a Moon Crystal. You can weaken the knees just looking at it. A Moon Crystal is the most concentrated source of energy that you will ever see. It was created by distilling a moonstone to its purest form. They are pure energy. This crystal alone has the power of thousands, no tens of thousands of moonstones. And it's powerful enough to control a Gigas. See, that brings up a good point. These things are basically an endless energy source. Then why aren't we using them as an energy source? Look at the light radiating from the crystal. Even though thousands of years have passed since the destruction of the old world, the crystal still shines bright as ever. Between the power of these crystals and the destructive forces of the Gigas, it's easy to see how the world was destroyed. Yeah, see, we have these moon crystals. If people could be trusted to actually use them as, like, a generator, every country under each of the moons could use their crystal as just an infinite energy source. But instead, we have to keep them sealed away so that people don't use things like the Gigas. Alright, well, just fill out the corners of the map here real quick because I enjoy doing so. And I won't bother with the other side. We've already got everything in the temple, so we can just kind of head out through here. And this brings us to this exit that we saw in the previous episode. We can now actually go through here. And if we want to, we can use that to go in between that room. Not much of a reason to do that. Not much of a reason to ever go back in this temple. But we can if we want. But that being said, I think this is going to be a little bit of a short episode, but that'll kind of balance out with the long episode of the previous one. But I will see you guys tomorrow, now that we have finished up the Temple of Perrin, as we try and figure out what we need to do next. Which hopefully will involve getting a ship, because we kind of need one of those. I'll see you guys then. Take care.